This program is made possible in part by the Moving Image Trust Fund.
Hello again, everyone, and thanks very much for joining us. Oh my, yes, public television is absolutely filled to the brim with can't-miss television. But few, if any, programs have attracted such a rabid following as Antiques Roadshow. And the woman who's behind that phenomenal 20-year success story is our guest, Marsha Bemko. Thanks very much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Explain it. I mean, on this network, on others, if, however, occasionally, I assure you, however infrequently, Antiques Roadshow has to be delayed, the switchboard lights up. People get angry that we have somehow lost Antiques Roadshow for that night. What's behind it?
I love hearing the passion and love for Roadshow. We are in this great position of talking. Everybody on our show is everyday people. There aren't actors on the show. The appraisers aren't actors. When they're not on our show, they're buying and selling antiques. And so people come in with these everyday people like you and me with objects that come in and tell a really vibrant story. So there's this little cup sitting in front of you. And then even when my kids were little, they would say, that cup was, where was that cup in 1800, Mom?
Right.
And an object's journey is so interesting that people are glued to that kind of thing. And then you have, and let's face it, we're all interested, the punchline at the end. What is that treasure worth? And that keeps them coming back week after week. And that's you can't get over that. You can't get over watching that. Even I can't.
Yeah, it's really, though, it strikes me that it's really more about our passion for antiques. It's our passion for history and for our own culture. Where has that cup been? Who owned it? When was it made? Under what circumstances?
And it tells a very vibrant story. So when you're watching Antiques Roadshow, if you watch a season of Antiques Roadshow, if you didn't know what years the Civil War happened, you will when you're done. Because you're going to learn that that happened in 1862, and it was the year after the Civil War started. You're going to learn things like that, and you're going to wonder, they're going to talk about the materials and what people had to use in order to struggle to make this thing, if that was what's happening during the time, or even some of the more luxurious things that we see that were made with every attention to detail and what was happening then. It was treasured then, it's treasured now. And those journeys are what's interesting to all of us.
Well, obviously you have a passion for the program as well as the audience. What is it that keeps you wedded to it?
It is, for a television producer, it is absolutely perfect because it's guerrilla TV. We are going to shoot the show tomorrow. We're going to shoot 3 episodes of television tomorrow. I know, because we're moving them in as we speak now, we're moving in 10 pieces of furniture, that we looked at photographs in order to select that furniture. Other than that, I have no idea what the 10,000 objects, the 5,000 people are bringing in tomorrow. That is exciting. We are here in season 20, and I've been producing the show for 16 of those years. That morning, tomorrow morning, is a palpable excitement, not just for our guests. Whether they're 8 or 80, the look in their eyes is the same. They're excited. You come to the center of our set, where all of us, many of us, have been there since season 1, and the same look is on our faces. You don't get tired of it because everybody comes in with a different story. And antiques are a very young field of study, so we've got a long life ahead of us.
Well, let's start with the program itself, the logistics of just putting this. You're on the road a lot.
Yep.
The logistics of mounting the production, formidable. You're on the road a lot.
Yep. We tour in the summer. So this is our 5th city in our season 20 tour of this year. We spend the rest of the year, because we produce 2 things. We're going to make 29 episodes of television this year, but we also are going to produce 6 events. And we're going to get ready to produce 6 events next year that 5,000 people come to. And by the way, something will happen tomorrow that 5,000 people will never cease to surprise you as to what they can think to do.
That's right.
And we will fix something for Charleston, which is our stop after this. And we're always refining and fixing to make it better. I have working for me full-time, year-round, an event supervisor to get ready for the events. It's an enormous amount of work to what it looks like tomorrow looks like a well-oiled machine, not one of my favorite sayings, because there are no machine parts there, because of all the work that all the individuals back at the fort are doing. We're going to make sure every sign even is in the place so you know where to go. People come in and they're overwhelmed. Where do I go? What do I do? We're not going to leave you confused. By the way, the AETN has supplied 125 volunteers to us. If we had to pay them, we wouldn't be here. if
they would pay you, I suspect.
If we couldn't do it without them. They are helping to guide everybody around, help assist us as producers, and if we didn't have that assistance, we couldn't do it. We also are going to assign, we work with a group of 150 experts. We assign about 70 to each city. That in and of itself is a little McGiller as we go to do that.
Right.
And by the way, they all work for free too. They are the public in public television. We do not pay their way, we do not pay their hotel nights, and we do not pay them. We give them lunch and breakfast on Saturday, and we give them 9.5 million viewers a week or so.
So, but for the audience, square one. All right, I love Antiques Roadshow. Grandma left me this piece of crockery here. I'd like to get on Antiques Roadshow.
Okay.
For the audience here and elsewhere. And by the way, we're in about 5 or 6 states, this program. How do I do it?
All right, let's assume
Step one,
you got a ticket to Antiques Roadshow. That starts with registering for a ticket. Almost 14,000 people applied for the 3,000 pairs of tickets we gave out here. But you're one of them, and you got it. And you're bringing your 2 treasures. And I'm going to give you an example of what could happen with each of them. One is you brought in this mug. Maybe it's a little older. And the expert at pottery and porcelain is going to tell you you've brought a mug in. It's circa 2015. It's worth about $10. It's used to hold liquid, and you drink from it. Do you have any other questions? Your appraisal's over. There's not much other information to give you about it. But let's say you brought in a very special mug. Then the expert would say to you, do you mind waiting for a producer? And they learn nothing about the object before we tape it. That producer then pitches, that expert, because the experts are on the front line, they see a good piece coming from across the room, unless it's jewelry. They're waiting, hoping that when that piece is coming, that it comes to them. And when it does, because there are maybe 4 or 5 of them at their table there, they pitch it. And when they pitch a producer, 3 producers running around listening to the pitches from the experts. And the experts, by the way, these are men and women who sell 6- and 7-figure objects. They're very convincing. And they're going to convince you why to tape this, why this mug is different, why this mug tells a story different from the other mugs that we've taped like it, why it's worth being featured on Antiques Roadshow, and convince us this is worthy of capturing. And that's how you get on Antiques Roadshow. So if you're someone who's coming to Antiques Roadshow, my advice is this: after all these years of doing the show, don't try to impress our experts. They are people who sell 7-figure objects.
They do this for a living.
They do this for a living. There are material geeks. They want to see the fun stuff. They don't care what it's worth. Of course, we all care, but they don't care what it's worth as much as they care about the story that object tells. They are total geeks that way.
So the ratio then from applicant to accepted is about 20% or thereabout.
In this city, for the 14,000, yes. And our record for applicants happened a few years ago. It was about 35,000 people. It's a very population-driven thing. Right. So, yeah, you didn't have much of a chance of getting tickets.
It's fun if you are a producer or an appraiser, an expert of any kind, to deliver good news, but you have to, with that ratio, you have to deliver some bad news as well.
Yes, and for the most part, most of our guests are very gracious when they hear disappointing news. And our experts have become quite good at delivering that news, because pretty much we see a lot of inherited objects. And no matter what it's worth, people treasure them. And so you want to be respectful to our guests, make sure they're comfortable coming to Roadshow. So it's not worth $2,000, it's maybe worth $2, and for the most part, they laugh. Occasionally we get a cranky person, but not too often.
Nostalgia isn't negotiable.
Ultimately, there's a market value, and the appraisers will use comparables in order to tell you what that might happen with that. And our experts, by the way, are very conservative with those estimates. As Brian Witherell said to me, one of our furniture experts, he appraised a Senate desk that had been in the Senate. And he said after that he got 1,000 calls from people who had them. And so what they want to do is be conservative in case somebody out there has one, that they don't have unrealistic expectations. And that's also how the business works. When you go to an auction, usually those estimates are conservative.
Yeah. Well, authenticity is the word that you used a moment ago in terms of your appraisers, and the authenticity can be at a premium. I mean, everyone has an attic, everyone has a basement. There's something in it that they revere. Forgive the pun, but it wasn't necessarily made by Paul Revere. I mean, those aren't his initials.
No.
That just sprang to mind, honest. So how do you have to be gentle?
Oh, we are so gentle. The thing I don't want to see on Monday morning in our email box are complaints that we weren't gentle. As a matter of fact, today at 5 o'clock, the appraisers and I will have a meeting, and we'll talk about all the ways we can be the best we can be tomorrow, and we do this every Friday before we shoot. We inevitably work very, very hard at keeping 5,000 people happy, because about 100 of those are going to be taped. The experience is the event for most of the people who come, and they are so hopeful. They come in so hopeful that we just want them to walk out with a smile, even if it's worth $5.
Mm-hmm. What's the biggest, happiest surprise one of your appraisers, since you've been with the program, has been able to deliver?
Well, as far as value, you know, it's a hard thing to measure like that. It's hard to make judgments like that. But I think one of the things that impresses me when you ask that question is some years ago, and I forget which city it was, Lark Mason appraised a Tang Dynasty lion. And I want to remember it was for about $250,000.
Well,
it was a lot of money. And the woman who owned it had been sitting out in her garden and had no idea. She thought it was good, like a lot of families. Hold on to this, it's good, but she didn't think that good. But I watched Lark Mason cry on camera, and we aired it that way, because he's been waiting decades to see one. This is what I mean about geeks. He's so passionate. It's not the most valuable thing we found. If I were telling you about my favorite thing, I'd probably go to diamonds or something else, not the Tang Dynasty lion. But watching his emotion around, his response to that, it just typifies for me. I could tell you about so many other things, but that was a biggie, because that's the only time one of our appraisers cried after seeing something.
Yeah, people can get emotional about objects.
Very emotional. He didn't even own it. He was just so happy to see it and touch it.
Mm-hmm.
He just wanted to see it and touch it. That's it. That made him happy.
If the turn down ratio is what it is, you have to, your appraisers have to, producers, appraisers, have to make some judgments from afar. Mm-hmm. Anyway, do you have people who come by, or first of all, are you confident in a long distance appraisal, say by email with photographs and all that? Did we miss some? It's
considered, if you're in the appraisal societies and things, it's considered not an ethical thing to do. Mm. And we know this, by the way. I can give you proof. This year, it happens every year when we move furniture. We move 8 to 10 pieces of furniture after people submit it, photos of it. We have appraisers come in to look at those photos and help us decide what to move. Inevitably, every year we move a reproduction unwittingly until it gets to the hall. Here's what the experts have told me, and it's so true. You can always tell what something isn't by a picture, but you can't tell what it is.
Right.
And does it have a crack, which could devalue it by 90%? And you really have to touch it. It's like getting examined by a doctor. He can give you some idea over the phone, but he really wants to see you. And it's the same thing with objects.
Yeah. With the phenomenal success of the program, is there a broader cultural impact? Do you think it's kind of helped to heighten our appreciation of our own past, our heritage?
I will say I'm not as sure. I'll take the cynical view on that a little bit. What? I'm not sure that it's heightened our appreciation for the past as much as it's heightened our appreciation for the value of old things. I'll be honest. We are the first in a genre. And I think people come to Antiques Roadshow. We do nothing, we do no buying and selling because we're appraising. That would be unethical. But we started a genre to which there are about at least 20 shows in it now. And I say this because all of those shows are focused on the money. And they're not doing history, and they do some. I mean, I like some of those very much. But they're all focused a lot on the money. So I think for a lot who are watching, the reason they stay is because it's not just about the money. It's interesting. It's just interesting because, wow, I can't believe, what, that was a men carried purses?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the people can be as interesting as the objects they bring.
Absolutely.
And
That's
their
my
stories,
favorite
yeah.
guest. My favorite guests are usually as interesting as their objects, and they're comfortable, and they'll tell us what really happened.
Yeah. So you will take all this footage and go back to Boston, and somehow or another, through the magic of the medium, you will whittle it down into a viewable program.
Into viewable 3 programs, because we'll make 3 episodes of television from here, plus we make something called Junk in the Trunk. Junk in the Trunk is one of my favorite cute titles. PBS actually approved it. And we take a little leftovers from all the tour, not enough to make a 4th episode, or we would, and we make yet another episode of leftovers from the tour. So you get 3+ episodes from this. When we go back, we start cutting. It takes us about a month per episode, including the finishing, as we say, the mastering and all, to get a program ready for broadcast. And we do a lot of web material along with that so that we can support things and give you even more information than we could with an appraisal. So by the time that broadcasts, we're ready for you. I can't wait to get back and get cutting, by the way. I love the cutting.
I heard Spielberg in an interview once. Someone asked him, what's your favorite part of making a picture? And Spielberg, they said, well, obviously, it's being out with the actors on the set and location. Spielberg, his answer intrigued me. He said, no, it's when we mix.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that's when it all comes together. That's when all of the elements come together and you form a whole. You're forming a finished product there, and I think that's what I hear you saying as a producer.
Is the editing for me is the proof of everything. Did we
validation in a way? I mean, yeah.
Well, will it cut?
Yeah.
Did we capture everything we needed to capture? It's a very expensive shoot day. I have no chance for pickups. There have been times when our editors have edited syllables together to get the right word out of that appraiser's mouth.
Right.
So for me, the challenge is making it all fit, and did we get all the right things, and making sure we recorded enough to have it all, and then crafting it together so the show has a rhythm where people don't want to leave, even if the next thing and they want is diamonds, the next thing is a rifle, and they're just so interested they don't want to leave, and making it all work like that. I love working the show like that.
Yeah.
I find that really. Yeah. I love doing all of it, but I really love doing that too.
Yeah, well, it will fascinate a number of people that it takes that much footage to produce one program, or 3.
And frankly, we're very efficient on our use. Most programs shoot more and use less than we do. We use a lot of what we shoot compared to most other TV programs. We're very efficient that way. I think we're probably one of the most efficient programs out there.
Your margin of error, though, with a shoot-to-use ratio like that, your margin of error in terms of production out in the field is pretty small.
Teeny. And that's why I sit in the truck for a good hunk of the day tomorrow, and along with other very smart people, because no one person can catch it all, just to make sure we grab everything, every little piece of information that we possibly can while we're there and we have the opportunity to. And if, by the way, the appraiser isn't sure whether it was King George the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, say them all.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of challenges. You can't fact check all of it there. By the way, that's one of the biggest challenges we have is the fact checking when we come back to the office. And there's only so much you can fact check as you're shooting.
Yeah.
So we just capture all we can so we come back and craft you some pretty hours.
How do you choose from the appraisal community?
Very carefully. We know that when we put an expert on Roadshow, you'll want to trust them more. PBS is trusted. We're going to do everything we can to make sure they deserve that trust. It is a very small community in the appraiser community, at the high end of which our experts buy and sell. There's no room to get in much trouble there without the gossip even getting around. They're selling at much too high a level. So we do background checks. Most of our appraisers at this point, many of them have been with us since season 1. We know them very well. And every year we have to add new people. That's the nature of things. People cycle out or whatever. And we check you after we check things out, we check your gossip. We're going to make sure that you are doing business in a way that will never embarrass us.
Yeah.
So we're very careful in selecting them.
Again, with an eye to the prospective participant, the audience, is there some advice, some tips that you would give them on the absolute front end about, even submitting an email application?
To come to Roadshow?
Mm-hmm.
I think that if you want to come to Roadshow, either pledge your public television station, because those are more guaranteed tickets. We do even a small amount to pledge, or register for that lottery. There is no other way to come to Roadshow unless you know me or you know somebody associated with the show. I'll let you in as my friend. Oh. But now I'll get a lot of calls from everybody out there. I'll be your friend. That's why when I see them and they have finally come to Roadshow, and we will see people tomorrow that say, I tried to come to Hot Springs in 2002 and I couldn't get in. And that happens, and people will tell us every city we're in. I've been trying to come to Roadshow for years because of how we distribute tickets. We can't satisfy everybody who wants to come, and we'll come back. But coming and getting into Roadshow is really a matter of luck. Will we randomly draw your name? If you're out there in the world and you want to get an appraisal, just from anybody, you want to sell your objects, I will tell you this. If you don't know the person, most people don't know who it is. And if it's just an appraisal, then you want a written insurance appraisal, which people charge for. It takes time to do it. But if you're going to sell something, it's like selling a house. And you got to talk to at least 3 people if you have something good. At least 3. And see, because they'll all give you different deals. Everybody will give. If you have something good, you need to talk to at least 3 people. There are a lot of people out there, and I don't know them, but who aren't worthy of your trust. And that's a way to flesh that out.
Right. So there is kind of a threshold, and there's a tripwire, as it were, on an object, whether it's a chest of drawers or a footstool or a mug. That you need to do that. You need to vet it, a measure of vetting on the local level before you even approach the show.
Well, you know what? We'd rather you don't. We'd rather you I would rather you come into Roadshow saying, is this a mug?
Right. I
would rather you don't try and Google and know everything there is about it. When by the time we select somebody, I love a collector who knows something. But if our appraiser has nothing to impart, chances are we're not going to pick you, because it's a television show. I'm still making a television show here. It has to be a conversation, a dynamic there. So we like it if you know something but not everything, so you don't need to bone up to come to Roadshow. But if you're out there looking to buy things that might make it on Roadshow, buy the best you can, buy the best your money will afford, and don't buy any with any damage.
After so long with the program, has your own, you're the woman behind the program, has your own appreciation of the antiquarian increased?
Oh, yes.
Have you become a collector? Were you a collector?
I am not a collector because I know collectors. Collectors are very focused and very focused on teacups or whatever it is they collect. And I am not. I buy old things when I can. But I just had to buy a bed, and frankly, you can't buy an antique king bed. So I bought new like everybody else.
Okay.
But if I go out looking, I'll do a combination because I'm not a fanatic in that way. And frankly, a lot of our experts aren't either. I have come to appreciate and know about things that I didn't know about before that I now want, that cost what a house would cost. I would love to have a Golconda diamond. Oh my goodness, they shine, they're huge. I would love a painting of blue bonnets. Don't you love them, the blue bonnet paintings? But they cost 6 figures. I won't get one.
What do you collect, if anything?
I would say the thing I really collect are stories and friends, to be honest. I'm the story collector on Roadshow. As far as objects, I collect, here's a silly thing, not worth any money. I collect hotel keys from all the traveling I do.
Keys?
Keys, yeah, kind of boring,
So many of them are anonymous now. I mean, it just slips up.
I write on the back the date. I don't know if you remember years ago when a woman went to the Oscars in a credit card dress.
I do. Gold American Express card.
Yes, I'll never forget it. Well, my daughter is a fashion person, so I figured one day she's going to make a dress from my hotel key cards, so that's why I collect them. Nothing fancy. No, nothing fancy like you could come appraise on Roadshow. They're valueless.
But someday the Smithsonian.
You never know. I've been to a lot of hotels.
Marsha Bemko, executive producer of Antiques Roadshow. Thank you so much for this time.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
This program is made possible in part by the Moving Image Trust Fund.